Hey guys, so look what I have in front of me. This is the brand new Mercedes A200, and I'm gonna take you around the car a little bit and talk to you about what's new, what's different from the old car, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of a party piece, and hopefully we'll take a short drive after this from inside. So welcome to the brand new Mercedes A200. This is an all-new car. They code it W177. It's a much bigger car than it was from the previous generation. The previous car was slightly smaller. It's meant to be a little bit sportier. This new one, Mercedes is marketing it to be a little bit more intuitive to the driver and a little bit more appealing to the newer generation because it's absolutely packed with technology. So on the get-go, on the outlook, of course, it's a completely brand new design language. The car is 127mm longer, 16mm wider than the previous car. So if I sit here and you can see like this, the car is significantly wider than it was before. And yeah, you got these brand new lights right here, which resembles a little bit like the Mustang, but of course you can see it also on the new Mercedes AMG GTC 4-door. Okay, this is a non-AMG variant, so this is meant to be more for the average guys, average people who wants just a brand new A-Class to daily drive and to enjoy all the technology that is meant to offer. For 227,000 on the road, the car comes packed with a lot of technology, and I think there's much to love about it. Yes, for me, in fact, I think the design is a bit of a love or hate. I'm finding a little bit of difficulty to appreciate the design for now, but it's slowly growing on me, and you can see from the side of it all, it's a much bigger, much wider car. So let me just put up the engine for you guys to see, okay? And of course we'll get to the interior immediately after that. Okay, so here we go. Let me just show you guys the engine. Oh, it's a bit hot, isn't it? Okay guys, so this is the 1.3 liter turbo unit. It's got 161 horsepower. It'll do 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, but most importantly, because this is the base model, what it's most focused on is of course to be as efficient and as economical as you can. It's a very good engine. At no time I thought on the drive that it was sluggish, it was slow. I really enjoyed driving it. It's not to say quick, it's not the quickest of course of all the prepositions that the A-Class will offer, but it's not bad at all. As you can see that the block is very small. I mean, it's 1.3 liters, it's smaller than most mineral water bottles. There is still a lot of space here, of course, so as you can imagine, the 250, the bigger brother of this car, is a 2 liter, so it will take a little bit more space up. And of course you got the AMG variants that will come much later on for the local market. This is of course a 2-wheel drive version. The 250 is also a 2-wheel drive version. The AMG will be a full 4MATIC car. So on the all-round setting of the car, I think yeah, it is essentially an A-Class. You will not mistake it for something else, but there are a few design cues here and there that might take a little bit of time to appreciate. But I think once you get the AMG one around with the much more aggressive body kit and much more aggressive bumpers around and grills with a wing, I think a lot more people will like the design a lot more. Well, okay, so of course the biggest party piece of the new A-Class is the interior. So let's take a dive and let me show you guys what it's like to be inside the new A200. There we go, of course, okay. So the first thing, of course, sitting inside, the first thing you notice is that it comes with a massive digital screen up front, which is very eye-pleasing. I have to say, it's very informative to look at. This side is of course all digital for your tachometer, your speedo and your GPS. Of course you can have the navigation here as well, but I'd like to have this side for my media. And the beauty of course is that this one right here, this is a touch screen. This one isn't, but this 10-inch for where the infotainment system is a fully touch screen. Well, there's a massive difference because this of course a much bigger car than it was before, so you get a lot more space, a lot more roomier interior. The car is significantly comfortable. Of course, this is a Mercedes after all, so you get very nice seats. The build quality is very nice, and you can appreciate being inside the car. But I think because Mercedes has designed this car to be a little bit more intuitive to the driver, they've introduced something called MBUX. So what MBUX is supposed to do is to have this very interactive infotainment system. So let me just show you. Okay, there's something called Lingotronic inside this car, so you can activate it by just saying this: "Hey Mercedes."
Yes, please.
Can you bring down the temperature?
What can I do for you?
Temperature setting minimum. Takes a little bit of time to set. Hello Mercedes.
I'm setting the temperature to minimum.
There we go, and as you can see now, the temperature's gone absolutely down. So yes, the system isn't exactly there. I think there's still a lot of software updates and a lot of work that Mercedes needs to work with the Lingotronic, but it's a very cool system to have on a car. So look out for that in the near future. I think all the Mercedes will have this system, and yeah, eventually I think it'll get a lot better to different slangs, different languages, and different interactions. Okay, so I love the interior. I love this the dashboard design. I love this aircon vents. They look really, really good, and it feels really nice as well. I know you guys can't see it right now, but once the car goes into night mode, when it's dark, the whole interior completely changes. And yeah, that's because of the mood lighting, the interior lighting that the car has. You can have it set on here. So if I go to car, right here, I can go to lighting system. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Okay, I can go to ambient lighting. Okay, of course you can operate it either on the touch screen or of course on the touchpad here on the center console. So if I go to color, okay, I can have multicolor. So you have this ocean blue, purple sky, red moon, which is all red. Sorry, fire red is all red, and my favorite is of course red moon, which is purple and blue, and it's just absolute RGB, and I think a lot of hipsters will love it. So that is kudos to Mercedes. I really love that function. I really enjoy being inside, despite this being just an A200, the base model of all. It feels very, very nice and very, very premium to be in here. But of course, after all, having a car like this is all about driving. So let's take a drive. If you're familiar with Mercedes, most Mercedes non-AMG models, of course, the gear stick is here, and not sure if you guys can see, but the first thing I thought of looking at this is it looks a little bit like a churro. So yeah, so you have your signal stock here, your wiper and everything, and on the right side is your gear. So all you need to do is, like as if you have to signal to the right, press your brakes, and we're set to go. Okay, so let's take a drive. Alright, so I've had the car for about 3 days. I've done the highway run. I've gone to a few places here and there on corners, and let's be honest, I think this is a 200, so this is not the best handling car out there. I can expect the hotter 250 to be much more driver focused, and of course the AMG variants that is to come eventually will be a lot more fun to drive with its 4MATIC system and whatever. But for a 1.3, I think it's really not bad at all. I really like driving it. Never at a time I thought, oh, this car feels a little bit underpowered. The power band is very good despite it being just a 1.3 liter car, because of course it's turbo after all. So there's always on taps. The car is always ready to go on demand. As you can see, and I'm on comfort mode, and this car comes with the sport dynamic function, so you can just swap up to different setting. Now you can see everything turns into sport, so I gotta shift here throttle response, and there we go. You see the car becomes a little bit more aggressive, so if I take it up slightly quicker, I think you can enjoy it a little bit more. And I love the fact that it does not feel like a little 1.3 liter car. So I think when you spend over 200,000 on a car, you'd be laughing thinking, hey, why does the car only come with a 1.3 liter? But go on a drive, try driving this thing, and you'll understand exactly what Mercedes is going for. Of course, you must understand nowadays with new efficiency ratings and CO2 levels in Europe, everything has to be turbocharged, everything has to be smaller capacity, of smaller capacity. But just because it's smaller does not mean that it's any less better. And something I really enjoy about this car is the fact that the performance of the 1.3 is really surprising. When I took the car 2-3 days back from Mercedes, I thought I wasn't gonna get excited out of this. I thought it was going to be a very boring proposition. Of course, it's a new car, but because it's a 200, it's a base model, it might be quite boring to drive. But to be honest, I'm very happy being behind the wheel of this car. It's very easy to live with. There's a lot of technology to keep you entertained, and of course, I love the mood lighting. So depending on how you drive or whatever, you can always have a different mood to set the pace of your little bit of excitement on your pace. And yeah, this screen over here is very nice to look at, and the car is very nice to drive. The steering is well weighted. I'm not gonna say that it's sharp. I think it's far from sharp, but again, I have to stress to the point that this is just a 200. This is a base model, and most people who will end up buying this car are not going to be full-on hardcore drivers. They just want a very nice car to daily drive in, and a very nice premium feel of a Mercedes on a car it is. So it's not bad at all. You can see that I can take the corner. The tires are a little bit of this car's weakest link, and I think if you put better tires on it, I think it might do a little bit better. This is of course eco tires. Yes, the 1.3 liter is a little bit I mean, out of breath at the top, but it will do a top speed of about 223 kilometers an hour. I have not tested it. That's what someone told me somewhere. Okay, so it's light on its feet, so you can enjoy driving this thing. And there's no moment when I thought, oh crap, the car's a little bit boring. I'm in Putrajaya right now, and the map is really good because it's all 3D, and because this is also you can see you can check out the building right here, which is very cool. And because this is 3D, you can move it around, and this is touchscreen, so you can check out where you want to go. Oh, it's already green. That's signal. Oh, of course, the car comes with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which is very responsive. It's far from being super duper quick, but I think it's not bad at all. Absolutely good. So yeah, I can't wait to drive the 250. I think the 250 should be a more fun drive. This as a car, something to daily, is not bad at all, but I think the 250 should be the hotter version for you to drive, and you can enjoy driving, say, the 35 or the 45, the upcoming 45 that will come eventually. That should be the proper monster, so I can't wait to drive that once the car comes out. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. So await for my review of this car in the near future, so I should have it up on the on our website. Of course, you can check out Instagram stories, I'm sure you have, about the car a little bit here and there. Yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that POV of the new Mercedes A200, and I'll catch you guys again on the next any reviews that we have. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.